Hello. Good morning, everyone. Yes. Thank you very much, Chairman Sir, for this opportunity. So, as the timer will start, within this 12 minutes, when I'll be speaking, we will be already generating more than 4 million disposable food packaging containers around the world. So, this is quite a big quantity of the containers which will be generated within my speaking session only. So, now what to do with this? So, as it's a new day, so let's start the new day with a new story. So I'll just give a brief introduction. As yesterday we have discussed with many of the panelists and the speakers that this is a big problem what we are just looking at right now. In the recent years, their environmental norms are becoming stringent because it's becoming a problem. It was no more such a huge problem 40 years ago, but now it became a problem. So we need to think seriously and want to get alternatives of these all problems. So there are many environmental impacts of this single-use plastics. So one of the thing is the food packaging, so which is contributing a lot of this single-use plastic applications, which cannot be recycled so easily, because these plastics are going to the garbages, then to the oceans, then making another serious kind of impacts. So the single-use plastic is not only affecting the cities, it's affecting the oceans, it's affecting the all kind of our drainage systems, it's affecting all kind of the creatures in the fishes. And as yesterday it was discussed that in few years there will be more number of plastic bottles in the oceans than the number of fishes. So we need to take a conscious step right now so that we can avoid that situation and we can make it sustainable and a greener earth for our next generations to come. So as the rise of paper-based packaging is already started in the industry because of this issues of the single-use plastics, which is creating a lot of problems. So the boards or the paper boards are trying to replace most of the applications. So we need to get the alternate solutions for this. So as we all know, why we are going towards the paper, as it's a biodegradable, it's recyclable, and it's renewable rather than this plastics. So it also reduces the carbon footprint because recycling of the paper is quite easier than that of the plastics. So looking at the health considerations also, the food which is packed in the plastic bottle, these bottles, containers, when it's reheated or when it is in contact with the plastic for a long time, it's giving the health hazards also, so which can be eliminated with the alternatives from the paper products. So the carton boxes, this is one of another thing that as we are moving towards the more and more strength additives to in the board and the our secondary packaging solutions, so that we can replace this plastic secondary packaging or plastic containers with the single this paper boxes. So the cartons which can hold more the weight, which can sustain within the worst climatic conditions, in the wet conditions, in the moist conditions, that can be the alternative for the plastic packaging and all other things. So the boxes, trays, the paper boxes as can be the real alternative for the takeaway foods. Because what we are seeing is in some of the restaurants, even they are giving that the takeaway foods in the plastic containers, which are hardly recycled or reused. So these are going directly into the mixed waste, going for the dumping places. So if we replace it with the these are alternative, the paper-based products. So at least if it's disposed, it is a chances that it will be getting biodegraded in the much shorter time rather than the plastic which is disposed in the landfills and all other places. So what are the different alternatives, or what are the, can say, the applications where we have already started using paper in place of plastic? The first is the wrappers, the pouches, and the other things which were for the sandwiches and takeaway foods. Earlier it used to be having the plastic coated or the aluminum kind of things which can be which is now getting replaced with the paper-based products. Next is, as yesterday we were discussing, if we target the one application which is, can say, a low-hanging fruit, this shopping bag is one of the things. And nowadays, the consumers are ready to pay some extra pennies for this shopping bags if we are getting a good strength and good printability on that. The food packaging, other thing is, as we know, the marketing strategies, how the product looks, gives a lot of impact on the customer buying behavior. So if we make the attractive packaging for different products, food products, or other, whatever the cookies or the sweets with the paper boards, so the people will be again more happy to buy these things and will improve the market share for paper industry in that. The straws, instead of plastic straws, which we have already observed and seen at most of the places, now it's being replaced with the paper straws. Next, already I was telling that the takeaway containers from the restaurants, that is again a big market. And yesterday we discussed, different speakers told that the Indian curry is having the different kind of recipes, different temperature, even the pH and all these things. So we need to develop different kind of products for the different kind of applications. So it should be the, can say, the localized solution with the international standards, so that we can replace as much as plastic with that we can replace from the system. Next is the coffee mugs and the wrapping papers. Earlier we used to see that most of these plastic options were there for the wrapping materials, but nowadays it's becoming the paper based, even that the wrapping materials and the other, whatever the material is being used for the decoration, it's also coming in the paper. So this is another good market for us. Next, all these things, definitely we need the support from government in that, so that there is something that we need to use this. So if government gives some advantage to the paper industry, so definitely we can multiply these efforts. So I was just looking at this, one of the survey done by Factmr. So as this, the grease-proof the market is going to grow almost double in next 10 years. So this definitely is coming to the paper industry. So we need to find the different alternatives of the things which are already banned, and we can, so that we can fill this gap. So, and if we see this, Asia will be having one of the biggest market share in this increase, because now it's just becoming this, can say, the growing market in Asian region. So the, we are doing so many things, but definitely public need to support the industry, need to understand the concerns, then only we will be able to do it. So there were different surveys done with the different groups of public, and they were saying that definitely now they are thinking about the environmental impacts, health and safety, the hazards, and even they are now more ready to pay some extra if they are getting the recyclable or the disposable raw materials. So that is an opportunity for paper industry. So again, now the thing is, the public is ready to accept it, but now we need to give the solutions so that we can fill the gap, whatever the issues they are facing with the alternatives. So looking forward, that what we can do for this is, because nowadays there were again some campaigns that Even we are replacing the plastic with the, this our paper-based cups or other containers, but there were a thin, there is a layer which is again a plastic within the container. So, but there are different products available which are non-plastic or which are still biodegradable. So there's a list of the products, the studies done with the different products. So this detailed chart is available on page number 100 of the journal. So I'll not take much time of this. Again, depending upon these biodegradable products, it's a perception that the petro-based products or these synthetic products are not biodegradable, but there are both the options available. Even these bio-based products are non-biodegradable, and some of the petro-based products are biodegradable. So we need to work according to the applications, according to the whatever requirements, so that we can choose the suitable product for this. So again, means can say, coming back to the topic right like this, food packaging. So the waterproofing is the main challenge, and there are the products available with the market with different suppliers. But again, there is no standard product which will work for every single industry. We need to try the different products and want to get a suitable product for different pulp quality, water quality, and the application, whether it's a hot or cold application. So the oil repellency is the second challenge. As for the food packaging, most of the Indian food is being cooked with the variety of oils. So we need to take the combinations of like the oil repellents, waterproofing agents, the AKD and the fiber, so that we can get a final good product out of that. So again, there are different technologies available to apply these coatings on this by the spraying, by the these coaters, or with the soaking, submerging the paper in this. So the details are again available in the journal. I don't know how this gets translated to this, but so now coming to the so it's becoming more local now. Yeah. For the conclusion, definitely the products are available, but we need to work as a collaborative from the this chemical supplier, as a technology supplier, the product supplier, and the paper mills. We need to try different combination. We need to take different trials and need coordination from both sides, so that we can develop the more successful products for the replacement of the single-use plastics. And I think now the time is over, and as I was telling, we must have produced more than 4 million disposable containers out of that, and we need to get maximum share out of this. Thank you so much.